art tips from paying $12,000.
Oh my god, why you jump scare me every time? It's time we talk about this. Jane Rinaldi. Jane, are you good? Oh, God bless you. God bless you, Jane. God bless you. All right, what's up, guys? Today we're gonna look at some more TikTok art tips to see if we can't find some really good pieces of advice that we can live by. This is TikTok, so don't get your hopes up. All right, first video, let's go TikTok. What you got for me?
If the idea of a portrait bores you, try a technique like this. Be altered, printed, and then you have a resource that you created. This also sort of challenges you. You get to see the face in a different sort of way, and it forces you to make artistic connections you might not have considered before. I think it's a great idea.
That's trippy. That's very trippy. It's like, I think this is also a really good reminder that if you take your own references, you can actually alter them. You can liquefy them, you can change the colors on them, just to make it the way you want it to look, so that when you're referencing it for your painting, it's a little bit easier for you. You know how else you can achieve this? Hallucinogenic drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't gouache tip? This video better list the ways that you can consume different colors of gouache, because we all know gouache is meant for eating.
A little gouache tip that I've learned is that if you use acrylic gouache as your background, it can't be reactivated. So you can go over top of it with your regular gouache for your illustration, and it ends up creating beautiful, vibrant colors that you don't have to worry about bleeding or smudging.
That's actually pretty cool. I had no idea that there was acrylic. I didn't know there was a difference between acrylic gouache and regular gouache, but that's good to know. Where were the tips on how to eat your gouache paint?
A little gouache. Let's talk about
Oh my god, it's handsome Squidward. I'm sold.
Number one is forgetting the corners of the mouth. The reason she looks so uncanny is because her teeth are just going back into infinity. Or sometimes they will look like they're going completely across horizontally. And by corners, I mean these dark triangles that extend past the teeth. So if you're drawing a normal smile, like your outline is here, you're just gonna shade in the sides like this. And this will also help you draw the lips. Number two is outlining all the teeth. And I've talked about this before, but we don't have black in between our teeth. So usually when you look at well-rendered portraits, you'll see that there's kind of a gap in between some of the lines. Okay, number three is outlining the lips. If all your guys look like they're wearing lipstick, this might be. And I know this is a makeup trend, but in general, most people are not gonna look like this.
Guys, go on TikTok right now. Go follow Sparkith. I swear, every single video, Sparkith don't miss. Like, what's going on? Sparkith, what's going on? Who is this masterful art advice giver on your account? Who is this? These are fantastic. I especially like the last one where if all your guys look like they're wearing lipstick, it's because you're probably outlining the lips a little bit too much. You can actually convey the shape of the lips through rendering by adding this little shadow down here and then shading it ever so gently. But there ain't nothing wrong with guys wearing lipsticks. If that's what you like, you do you. Easy feet hack. It's basically cheating. There's no way you're gonna hack feet. No way.
I'm going to show you how. Start by drawing a big teardrop under each ankle. These aren't going to be very detailed, it's just a quick, easy solution if you have a hard time drawing feet. Draw a second teardrop halfway through the first ones, and then a line across just the tip for the soles of the shoes. Now I'm going to add the ankle bones and a bow tie on each shoe. That's it. Other than some shading. Hope this helps you with your feet.
I mean, I guess that works if you're looking at the feet from like a top-down angle, but what if I want to look at the feet from straight on? What do you do then? Can you draw this? Yeah, that's right. How's that feet hack working for you now, huh? All right, listen, to all the babies out there, there's no such thing as a hack. The easiest way to be able to draw something is to learn its structure. Boy, I tell you, all the kids these days, all they ever want to talk about are the hacks. How about you come here and you put in the work?
This one's going to be a little bit more advanced.
Advanced? Oh no. I am anything but advanced. I am a simple being. Smooth brain.
Halfway from the eye line to the bottom is the nose line. I'm gonna make a U.
Pause. How do we find the eye line? You gotta tell me that. Or maybe this is just too advanced.
Halfway from the bottom of the nose to the chin is the mouth. Draw an oval for the chin.
The opening of the mouth is a little bit above halfway between the bottom of the nose and the tip of the chin.
And another oval for the whole mouth. Find the width of the nose. That will tell you where the inside of the eyes is going to be. And 2 circles for the eyes. I'm going to draw 2 circles for the cheekbones. Draw a line all the way down the cheekbone to the side of the muzzle. Now some indications for the lips, and draw the rest of the jaw. Draw circles beside the eyes. This will let you know where the skull changes direction. I'm going to make some indications for ears. And same thing with the hair.
All right, you know what, props to you because the final piece looks really good. Everybody has their own process of drawing and this is perfectly valid if it works for you. Now, the only concern I have with this is a lot of people who are gonna be watching this are probably gonna be beginners. And if you just tell them, okay, now draw an oval on the mouth, draw an oval on the chin, draw a circle on the cheek, draw a circle on the eye, people don't understand why they're doing that. They're kind of just going through the motions of drawing these circles onto a front-facing face. Now, what happens if that baby is like, now I want to draw a 3/4 face? Well, they're screwed. For those of you guys who are really interested in drawing faces, be sure to understand why these shapes are placed where they are, because of the structure of the face. You see this big old cheekbone right here, the temple right here at the corner of the eyebrow where the front plane transitions to the side plane. Things like that. Understanding that is going to allow you to be able to see the head in different angles and not just be stuck with drawing circles on a front facing face. 800,000 likes. Oh, the poor babies. POV, you find an easy way to paint light. Ain't no way you found an easy way to paint light, but I'll give you a chance. What? What just happened? No, how could you do this? This is for this specific lighting scenario, no other lighting scenario. That's not gonna work if you're gonna try a different lighting. Come on. Midtones in these positions, do you understand why they're occurring in these positions? This is the problem with TikTok. Nobody ever tells you why. I wanna know why.
Here are a couple of things you should do when you start doing art commissions. First, guide your client as much as you can. Can't stress this enough because a lot of us beginner artists get excited when we open commissions. We end up almost accepting whatever comes our way. So make sure to set your boundaries. Guide your client on those boundaries, from what is an appropriate reference photo, what to expect from your work, and help them stay on the same page as you. And lastly, give yourself double or even triple the amount of time you take to do a commission, because time will pass way quicker than you think, so make sure to allot yourself a good amount of time and do not rush.
I know very well that excited feeling when you get that message. It's like, hey, do you do commissions? And you're like, why, of course I do. And then they send you like a pixelated grainy bathroom selfie of them without a shirt on. And then you're like, okay, I guess I'll do it. And they're like, would $10 work? And you're like, well, this is my first commission, so I guess that'll work. And then you start working on it and you start procrastinating, and 2 months later you still don't have it done. And they're like, dude, where's my work? And you're like, man, I don't really want to do it. It's a disaster. How to get an A in art. Guys, grades in art are just so subjective, so arbitrary. I mean, not much of an art tip, but it is a good practice if you ever want to just get something on paper, you just feel that itching in your fingers. Pull out your sketchbook, find a random object in front of you, observe it, and try to draw it. It's a very, very good exercise for your big ol' smooth baby brain. Oh my god, why you jump scare me every time? It's time we talk about this. Jane Rinaldi. Okay, and what is happening in this thumbnail preview of the second video? Jane, are you good? Oh, God bless you. God bless you, Jane. God bless you. Okay, wait. Morning in my life as an illustrator. I feel like this video is gonna be like super dreamy, perfect. It's gonna make illustrating seem like the dream. But let me just tell you guys right now, that's not how it is. Drawing is a practice of pain and anger and repeated suffering. Wow, that's crazy. You know how my morning as an illustrator went. First thing, I woke up, I was like, and I was like, I need some coffee. And I drove to McDonald's. I got my coffee. I was like, now here I am watching TikToks of somebody else enjoying their morning.
I've been dancing in my room, swaying my body, getting skies like I'm stuck in a dream. In my room, swaying my feet, trying to get you love and a kiss on the cheek.
I like that actually. You do need a kneaded eraser. You know what's something you could do to not have to get any of this stuff? Digital art. Digital art makes everything so much easier. Join us. Join the dark side.
Tips for young artists. Tip number 1, work with shapes and lines. Break them down. Second tip, draw lines. Yes, a lot of them. Fill your pages and draw circles. These will help you build your confidence in lines rather than putting those scratch marks like this when you draw. Tip number 3, try different mediums from watercolor to gouache. And please don't count your mistakes, rather count the progress that you get from your mistakes. And the most important tip is don't stop creating.
This is a really good video, actually. The first tip kind of threw me off. It's like, work with lines and shapes. Well, what else are you gonna work with? And I love this one. Don't focus on your mistakes. Stop putting yourself down. Instead, look at how much progress you've made over the years. And don't stop creating. Make sure you're having fun. Do it for you.
Trying the glove hack to see if I can finally draw hands.
Glove hack? Oh. I mean, I can definitely see the appeal of this to get a better grasp on the shape of the fingers and the knuckles and the palm of the hand. You know what though? I think if you're gonna commit to this, just draw these same lines on your hand and wash it off afterwards. From these references, it kind of looks like, you know, the lines don't exactly follow the contours of the fingers, and that might be a bit of a problem, you know, if you're trying to observe exactly how these shapes work. This is actually really good because sometimes when I feel like there's too much stress or too much pressure to do something, I actually use a very similar method. I would start with a piece and just not care too much about it, right? You start off with a doodle. It's not something that you're obligated to finish. It's not something that's gonna be seen by millions of people or anything like that. And you just kind of enjoy the process of creating. Take that pressure off of yourself. And you know what? Before you know it, there's a finished piece, and that end result is better than anything you could have hoped for. The art gods are just cool like that. When you're like, I really want to make a good piece, they're like, no. And when you're like, all right, whatever, I'm just gonna doodle, they're like, oh, here's a masterpiece for you.
Here's how I draw water with just 3 colors.
Oh.
Start by drawing one blob with a bunch more around it. Fill them in with your base color. Then take your darker color and fill in the space between them. Finally, add the highlights. Trace a rough outline of the blob slightly above where it is. Then connect the lines at their closest point. Once you've done that for all of them, trace over the smallest gaps. To connect them, make a ripple effect. And once you've done that to the whole drawing, you made water.
That's so cool. This is such a stylized, illustrative rendering of water, and I like the way that looks. And also, really well explained. Good job. All right, there we go. There's our TikTok art tips for today. You know, I'm glad we ended off on a really good one. These are always super interesting to me because these are some tips that I can actually expand on and potentially teach you guys about. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I also learn new things from these videos, despite it being, you know, very short, very small. But yeah, I hope you guys also learned something new, or if you didn't learn anything new and you're just as smooth-brained as when you opened this video, well, I hope you were at least entertained. Anyways, that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, and we have a skin rendering tutorial on Patreon for the month of May, so check that out. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Anyway, so I just shot the YouTube video. Now I gotta shoot the Patreon tutorial, and then I gotta edit the YouTube video, and oh, I also need to make a post on Instagram. And then I gotta make a post on Patreon. What else? I'm missing something. Guys, real talk, don't let anybody tell you that social media is not a job, because it's a lot of work.